Alright, so in this video we're going to go through the system outline. We're going to break everything down for you so you know what to expect in the course. And it's broken down into multiple phases. And what we do is each week a new set of training videos automatically unlocks in the membership area for you. These are already there, they're already uploaded, they're waiting. We're not going to fire everything at you at once because you will experience information overload and you might be a little shell-shocked and you won't be able to move forward. I've seen it before a million times. This is a preferred way to really get things down because you spend the first 7 days in the test phase, then you go to the growth, then you go to scale, then you go to maturity. And it works really, really, really well. This is how I do my stuff all the time. So week 1 is day 0 to 7. It's called phase 1, which is the test phase or the introduction phase. Week 2 is day 7 to 14. And that's phase 2. That's where you're in the growth stage. So you start actually growing your campaigns and your designs and selling more and more. Week 3, day 14 to 21, you're coming out of the growth stage and you get into the scale stage. So you're going to start scaling things and trying to get even more sales than you got in the growth and the test phase, of course. And week 4, just like every product goes through a life cycle, day 21 to 28 is phase 4, and that's the maturity stage. So that's when your product has had a lot of sales already, and it's been like a month now, and things are still going pretty good, but you may see sales start to dip a little bit. So we're going to show you what you can do to just kind of put it on autopilot a little bit to let it just kind of make sales for you consistently without losing your ROI. All right, so let's go through these quickly. Phase 1, testing. The question is, will it sell? And this is where we need to be aggressive with how many we put up, but we don't want to be aggressive with our budget. We don't want to spend too much time, energy, and money in this phase because we're just going to put up a small $5 test campaign. We're going to gauge the response. So the responses come right on Facebook. So we can read the comments and we can see if people are saying, yeah, I'd buy this. Where can I buy this? Then those are positive responses. And the more we get, the better, because it indicates that, hey, this might be a keeper. This is worth going further with to phase 2. However, I made a mistake there. Phase 2 is growth. Don't know why I had focus there. If there's not much of a response, then we're just going to trash it and move on. And by trash it, I just mean pause it. We're not even going to bother with that particular design because we didn't get much of a response, or the response was negative, or just there wasn't any yeses. There wasn't anybody saying, yeah, I'd love that. I'd love to buy it. So let's move on. So the ad types that we're going to use for that is page post engagement ads, which are going to be on a page. And don't worry if you don't know what that means. We'll explain it to you and walk you right through it right over my shoulder. Okay. Now, if we get past the test phase, and well, we'll find at least 1 or 2, hopefully each week, that are working for us. We know it'll sell. So let's focus on selling the thing. So here's where we really start focusing our time, energy, and money. And we put up 6 ad sets now, $25 per day daily budget. We're going to split it by mobile, desktop, and right side ads. Again, if you don't know what any of this means, don't worry. You're going to watch me do it right over my shoulder, and I'll explain everything as we go. 3 of them are going to be multiple interest per ad set. 3 are going to be retargeting only for the audience. So if you don't know what that means, don't worry again. I'll explain it. If it's getting sales, we go to phase 3, which is scaling. If it's not doing much, just trash it. We can move on. We can do more tests with other things. The ad types that we're going to use are website conversion ads. We're going to be basically using click to website at this point, and they're going to be dark posts. Okay? And the reason I say click to website is when you don't have a seasoned pixel or a pixel with enough conversions on it, then you don't have the option of optimizing from the website conversion objective. You'll see what I mean once we get into it. So let's go to phase 3, which is scaling. Now, your design is selling. It's sold quite a few, so let's scale this thing. So let's get even more sales. We're going to add in a couple of neat audiences and neat ways to target called lookalike audiences. We're going to have basically a couple of kinds. We're going to have conversion lookalike, retargeting lookalike, and page like lookalike audiences that we're then going to create ads for. At this point, we should be doing really well. If it's getting sales, which it will be by now, we're going to go to phase 4, which is the maturity stage. If it's not doing much, trash it. again, we are not married to any of these campaigns. These are kind of like one night stands for us. If it turns into a long, meaningful relationship, great. But how often does that happen? Not every time. So don't worry about it. The ad types used are website conversion ads now, and they're going to be dark posts. If you don't know what that means, don't worry, I will tell you. Now, once we get to phase 4, the initial blast is over, but you can keep it going for a long time. You can actually have evergreen campaigns at this stage. We're going to switch over to video ads for this, and we're going to split them out by mobile, desktop, and right side. We're going to basically use no interest for targeting. We're just going to rely on our pixel, which already has hundreds or even thousands of sales on it already. And we're going to go broad with these videos. We're going to set the budget a little bit lower at $10 per day. And we're just going to kind of drip feed sales to our campaigns because the initial blast is done. All the excited people who are up front, the early adopters got in there and bought it. Now we want to make sure that we get everybody else with this, but we don't want to lose our ROI. So if it's getting sales, we keep it going. If it's not at this point, which some of them do die off, we just trash it. We'll pause it. And we may rotate it and bring it up again in 3 months or 6 months and fire it all up again. Again, we're going to use website conversion ads for this and dark posts. So what's next? Now, if your head's spinning at this point, good. That means that I have a lot to offer you, and I'm going to teach you all this. I'm going to show you over the shoulder how this works from start to finish. Take what you learn and implement it with your own unique designs. That's all you have to do. I'm basically handing this to you on a silver platter. All you have to do is come up with some designs and apply the system that you're going to learn. You're going to love it. And I can't see how you can fail. As long as you're taking action, you're not going to fail. And when I say fail, I mean actually profit. You're going to fail with a couple designs, but everybody does. So don't worry about that. We'll see you in the next video.